All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of I Reach, I Teach, our conversations with educators of color. My name is Dr. Aaron Johnson from the Consortium for Public Education. And so I'll introduce Ms. Akins. Ms. Akins, please introduce yourself and tell us a little about your background.
All right. Hello. My name is Ms. Akins. I currently teach at Still Valley. I'm in the elementary building. Sounds crazy, but I've been teaching for 20 years now. And I started off in alternative education. I worked for Holy Family as soon as I graduated, was there for a few years, and then got hired at Still Valley, and I've been here ever since. I'm currently a special education teacher, and I service students in grades 2 through 4 with learning disabilities, emotional support, autism, social emotional learning, and all of that great stuff.
What do you like most about being in the field of education?
I think I like most is that my schedule is like never the same. So every day is a new day. Every day is something different. It's not boring. Definitely keeps me on my toes, yet it does stay the same. So I guess we keep things consistent for the kids, but every day is a new opportunity and a fresh start. And I just love coming to work every day.
So when you were growing up, did you have educators of color that motivated you to become a teacher?
Unfortunately, I didn't. So in our elementary building, I had a school nurse who was a woman of color, but that was my only interaction with anyone of color. Like, so I had no paraprofessionals, no teachers, no administrators. Yeah. When I got to high school, my German teacher was African-American, but other than that, like, he was my only person.
When did you know that you wanted to become an educator?
So when I went to college, I actually started off undecided, and then I wanted to be a social worker. And then through taking some classes, I decided I wanted to do general education. So I did that for a year, and then I got a really good bond with my advisor, and she advised me to add on the special education piece. Mm-hmm. And I was hesitant, and I did not want anything to do with the special education piece, but she promised me like I could do both certifications in 4 years. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. And then here I am, and I love special education.
Wow. Well, it's good to hear you had some experiences with educators of color. Let me ask you a question, though. Do you think it's important for students of color to have educators of color? And if so, why?
I do. And it's so ironic that you asked me that, because I had an experience this year. So we had the Black History Month assembly here at Barrett, and it's a really nice assembly that we do here. So I just happened to be in the cafeteria where like students were trying different food, and I was helping first and kindergarten get to their seats and find a table. Mm-hmm. And the one little boy looked at me and said, "You look like me." And it threw me off guard. And I was like, "I look like you?" And he started like pointing to his hand, and he's like, "Look at us." And he matched us. And then other kids around said, "She does." And it was like an aha moment that like, maybe I don't see the kindergarten or first graders all the time, but they were excited to see someone of color who looked like them. Wow. So then I realized how important that is. You know what I mean? Just little reminders all the time that it is important.
And in that kindergarten age, they recognize that. That's outstanding.
It was surprising because he was shocked, if that makes sense. Like, he was surprised that there was an educator that looked like him.
Wow. So what's made you stay in the field of education for the last 20 years?
I just really like what I do. Like, I like connecting with families. I like the community. I like the students that I service. I like my colleagues. And I think just the supports and like with my family, it's just the right spot. It's just where I need to be.
So why do you think that students should go into teaching and see it as a viable career option for them?
Because like, you can't really see my shirt, but my shirt I have on today, it just says, "Teaching Future Leaders." All and right. It's pretty powerful when you think about the students in your classroom are the future for tomorrow. Like, they can be our doctors, our lawyers, our people that work in the restaurant. They can be in a convenience store. Like, you are helping shape so many lives, and it's just a very powerful thing. Just like, and even like in the elementary building, I guess you feel like you don't see it all the time, but when you see kids in the middle school and how they progressed, and then you see them in the high school, and then later on they come back to see you and like they tell you stories of how important it was or what they remember about you, and those connections, it's just really powerful.
What type of skills do you think are needed for youth to become an educator?
I think you just have to have the desire to never stop learning. I think that's really important because education, like I said before, it stays the same, but there's always new techniques, there's always new strategies, there's always new like buzzwords and phrases and strategies and things like that. So you have to be willing to learn and adapt and try new things. And I think that's just huge as well.
Are there any other words or advice that you can have that you can offer to youth who want to go into education?
I think that the biggest thing is just to be you and to just follow your dreams. I feel like if you're authentic and you're your authentic self, then you'll be okay. It's okay to say you don't know things. It's okay to need help and ask for advice. But as long as you always handle every situation and every student the way you'd want your child or your family member to be handled, or you think people to treat you, then you'll be okay. So be your authentic self and be true to you.